Hi, this is Laura Wishes. I want to talk to you today a little bit about this Ancestral Journeys program coming up. It's a pilot program. It's an exploration and an invitation to explore, to learn new skills, and to share with other people about your journey. One of the things I want to talk about especially is around some of the skills you might be learning. Our education system tends to, very much focuses on the intellect and on the rational mind and of learning from books, learning through that kind of research. And this is the kind of research you'll also be doing in this program if you want to. It's an invitation. Everything's an invitation. It's important that you know that at this point. So we'll be starting with your recent ancestors and seeing what avenues of knowledge, of learning about your recent ancestors you can find. Some of them may be looking up ancestral records, and some speaking with your family members, and some learning about the times and cultures of even just the generation above you. Where your ancestors came from. Did they move? Are they on their ancestral lands? And perhaps how long ago since they were there? Or have they moved to other countries? And why did they move? Those sort of questions to see what you can find out about them. There's another way of knowing as well. And this is something that our education system tends not to focus on or acknowledge. Not just the education system, it's really many people's world, really. And that's our capacity to connect to the invisible worlds, or our capacity to learn through direct experience and direct knowledge. So this is something we'll be doing in this program. You may already have experience of this. You might have a lot of experience in that. And you may also be fairly new to it. There's a couple of sort of angles of approach of this. There may be some people who haven't really done a lot of this kind of connection work. And so there's things to learn. There's things to practice because they're learned skills. So this is an opportunity to learn some of those skills. And there are other people who are often those highly, highly sensitive people who perhaps have issues with just how much they can connect, or perhaps it's boundary issues, So for both, from both angles that we're coming in, safety is really important. And I really want to stress this because I have this as a foundation of my work. I used to be a wilderness guide once upon a time, and taking people through the mountains of Tasmania, through rivers in Tasmania and far north Queensland, and through various journeys in the Kimberley in Western Australia. And, a lot of people looking at what we were doing, it sounds very adventurous and exciting, and it was. But really, safety was the most important thing to us, those of us who are guides. It's where our attention went. It's where most of our attention went. Because once that's in place, because we're in wild places, wild rivers, wild mountains, and fierce winds, fierce weather changes, and rivers. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a river. It can be dangerous, but once we had that in place, once we had the safety measures and the planning in place, it created so much space for people to just enjoy the experience, knowing, particularly us, knowing that, we were prepared for things that might go wrong, or for the changeable conditions. And it's the same um, with this kind of direct connection too, just in the way that when we're children, when we're babies, through all our lives really, we're learning how to keep safe. Initially, our parents are spending a lot of energy keeping us safe. Um, and, we learn all these many small and large ways or things that we need to know in order to stay safe. We learn about fire, we learn about roads, we learn about people. Not all people are safe people. And it's the same with the invisible worlds. We need to learn how to navigate. We need to learn how to keep safe, and we need to learn how to find our way. So that will be some of the things that you learn in this program. And I want to name this because it's often not named. It's the number of years, the amount of learning that goes into us navigating the most simple things in everyday life. And this is important too. Well, absolutely is important too. And this way of learning through our hearts, connecting through our hearts. In all of my work, heart connection is really important because really we don't connect with anything except through our hearts. And it's the connection to our wisdom as well, our discernment, our gifts. And so that will be an aspect of this program as well. So that's one huge foundation of the course, is the safety foundation and also the skill learning. As to the benefits, there's so many benefits. That's why I have it in the heading, personal, familial, and cultural healing. Some of the benefits personally are, this is the beginning of a journey really. And so some of the benefits are, when you start connecting, when you start making offerings for connection, because it's a relationship, it's always an offering. And it can bring so much beauty into your life. By offering beauty, we can't help but be included in that beauty. And, the part of the course will be noticing what you notice throughout the weeks as you take these small steps, small, simple steps into connection and into listening more. Starting to listen to what happens when we place a flower on a tree and listen to the response we get from life or the response we get from our ancestors. Those kind of simple steps, noticing beauty, offering, inviting connection. It's kind of an obvious thing, but not so obvious always. I haven't often seen that spoken about. Just this opening to beauty in life. So another benefit is what it can mean for us. Oh gosh, there's so many benefits. I'm not gonna say a whole lot more about this. Perhaps I'll do another video there. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about the program, what you might learn, and my general approach there. So if you're interested, if you have questions, please send them through. Be in touch. I'll put some information below. And you're more than welcome to ask me questions and I'll get back to you, or we can jump on a call and you could ask me in that way. Okay, thanks for joining me.